Factors that influence entrepreneurial practices.
Oh my, this business plan is awesome.
You think so?
Yes, I have read it from cover to cover, and there are just so many ideas that I can borrow from it. I think you're going to take my daily business to the next level.
I am so happy to hear that. I was just trying,
You did so well for someone who was just trying. Now, I am sure that you will make a good entrepreneur in future.
Does that mean you will sponsor my business venture?
Well, yes.
Thank you so much, Uncle. I am so excited.
Now, let's not forget that you will have a long way to go. You have to complete secondary education and go ahead to some college at least.
If you are afraid that I am going to drop out of school so as to start my own business, then you are wrong.
Well, that comes as a relief. Now, let us wrap up this discussion on entrepreneurship, shall we?
By all means, Uncle Jonathan.
Well, we are now going to look at the factors that influence entrepreneurial practices.
As always, I am listening.
There are some things that must be available to the entrepreneurs so as to start and run a smooth business. Think of it as wanting to build a strong and long-lasting house.
I would definitely require a strong foundation.
Exactly. So these are foundations of an entrepreneurial venture. The first one is a conducive environment. The government must ensure that the environment can support business operations. Any idea how the government can do that?
Are you kidding me? We have been talking about the government almost all through this topic. So definitely I have plenty of ideas.
Okay, go ahead.
Of course, the government should provide adequate infrastructure, that is the roads, electricity and all. It should also have a simpler registration and licensing procedure so that registering a business does not become a nightmare.
Go on.
Taxations should be reasonable and there should be training institutions that one can walk into to gain more experience.
Excellent work. The next item is access to market.
Are we talking about local markets or those that are abroad?
Both. Having a ready market can help a lot to create entrepreneurial opportunities.
The bigger the market, the higher the volume of the sales.
Of course, the business must also make high quality of goods and a variety to satisfy the different needs of the consumers. Next, we have government policies.
I knew that was coming. By now, I have accepted that no business can go on without the knowledge and the goodwill of the government.
That's good. So, the government regulations and rules will influence a business since they will determine whether the business will succeed or not.
If they are favorable, the business will succeed. But if they are not, the business will fail.
Correct. The government also influences where a business will be located and what goods and services it will be providing to the people. Since you already know a lot about the government, I don't need to say much.
Yes, we can move on to the next point.
Which is expanded credit opportunities.
Banks and financial institutions, you mean?
And cooperative societies. Availability of financial services such as savings and loans do influence businesses. When they are available, entrepreneurs are encouraged to exploit business opportunities.
Because they can access the much needed capital.
Oh yes, as you well know, a nation with a future is that which invests in their young ones.
True.
Now the same applies to entrepreneurship. The youth should be equipped with entrepreneurial skills and knowledge, and they should be taught that self-employment is as good as white-collar jobs.
Fortunately, most people are starting to realize this.
Fortunately, yes. The youth should be exposed to already successful entrepreneurs to encourage them towards that direction.
The more youths who are exposed, the more of them who stand to be influenced positively.
Correct again. This will lead to an entrepreneurial culture, which will also influence a community to take advantage of available business opportunities in the society. Imagine a society where everyone is enterprising.
That would be a great community to live in. At least, everyone helps towards the growth of the economy.
And the good thing about an enterprise culture is that it supports all people without any discrimination. Its aim is to ensure that everyone reaches their potential.
That really encourages entrepreneurial practices.
Yes, finally, we have natural factors.
Whenever I hear the term natural, what comes to my mind are things like land, water, vegetation, and so on.
And those are exactly what I meant. They influence the types of business activities that are carried out in an area where they exist. A large section of central Kenya, for instance, grow cash crops because they experience enough rainfall and have fertile soils.
And people who live around areas with minerals engage in mining activities.
Not to forget the fishermen down at the lake. So you see, for a business to stand, it has to undergo so many processes.
And the entrepreneur must be persistent enough to go through it all, from conceiving a business idea to identifying a business opportunity to making a business plan to getting the finances, adhering to government policies, and finally starting the business.
Perfect. That is a very good summary of everything we have discussed. You really are a keen listener.
Thank you. Can I go now?
Not yet. There is one last thing to discuss, but first, we take a break.
Oh, yes.